Hello, everyone. My name is Mona Marai, and I'll be your professor for the coming 4 weeks. First of all, allow me to welcome all the students who are in this course. And let me start by sharing my slides. So the slides are kind of created for the purpose of you having clear expectations of what the course is about. Here's our agenda. What is Theater 210, the summer edition? What's the syllabus about? But also, um, who am I? First of all, I would like to start with a little bit of information about me. I come from a small country called Lebanon in the Middle East. In 2019, I moved to Seattle to pursue my PhD, and 4.5 years later, I moved to Harrisonburg. And I got the job offer at JMU. I'm a passionate about theater. I'm a dramaturg. I'm a theater maker. I'm very interested in theater for social change, and I'm also a creative writer. Um, and I will be using some of my knowledge to work with you on a level of appreciation for theater. Theater has a great value in society that goes beyond the artistic value, and this is one of the things we'll be focusing about. Um, the course is 4 weeks long. It's an asynchronous class. You will have access to a broad spectrum of theatrical activity, its diverse conventions. You'll be introduced to the components that comprise a theater event, including text, acting, and directing. I have to say something here that's really important to highlight. Normally, an Intro to Theater class is 16 weeks long if it's offered during the fall or during the spring. And given the fact that we only have 4 weeks, and given the fact that those weeks, the final week ends on a Wednesday, June 18th, I have decided to kind of reduce the spectrum of what it is to expect in an Intro to Theater class. So we're going to focus on text, on acting, and directing. That said, we all need to know that Intro to Theater, or like theater, has many roles and many components and goes beyond that. Also, I need to be very, very clear about the fact that this course um, will give you a pre-taste, or as they say in French, an avant-goût of how theater functions. It's a very basic course. You do not expect to be extremely knowledgeable about acting when you finish the class, or about directing, or about doing text analysis. It gives you an idea. It gives you an elaborate idea. Let me put it this way. It's kind of a basic slash elaborate course that is different than what you were offered in high school. However, due to the lack of time, you will have that basic elaborate element. And also, we need to understand that, in order for you to be an actor, you study for years, and then you hone your experience further and further and further. So I do not claim that I will give you that level of expertise. However, what I will be able to offer is a level of appreciation for theater, a level of understanding of the role of the director, of the actor, but also what it is to do text analysis, and have that basic knowledge that is a little bit elaborate and that has some of the skills, yet not all of them. How are we going to learn these elements? So there is a textbook called The Creative Spirit. The author is Stephanie Arnolds. You can purchase the book. You can order used copies. but also there is a way that you can download it online. For free. Uh, and what you need to know as well is that the first chapters of the Creative Spirits will be available as PDFs online. Actually, all of them will be. But if you want to purchase the book, for further curiosity, because the book is very rich. It has lots of plays in it. It's really a canonical book. If you wanna have further knowledge about theater, feel free to purchase it. The chapters are available online, though. So, what are we going to learn every week, and how does the learning happen? We're going to learn about plays. We're going to learn about um, how theater functions. We're going to have a little bit of information about the history of theater. I'm sure that you watched lots of plays in high school. You watched musicals as well. And but I'm not sure if you know about the history, how history started as a ritual and as a social function, as a communal function. So we're going to learn about this. We're going to learn about what it is to do acting with like the basic elements. We're going to have some simulations about acting, about directing, and we're going to read plays. However, the every week we have 5 milestones. We will be learning by watching lots of videos, by reading, by listening sometimes, and by doing activities. And I encourage you to download the syllabus and to keep it as a reference for your work. So, what are we going to learn every week? On week 1, we're going to have an idea about the historical aspect of theater and the different ways of doing theater. What you have been acquainted with in the US is the Western way of doing theater. However, in India, theater functions totally differently. So, we're going to have a little bit of history and a little bit about the different ways of doing theater. On week 2, we're going to learn about genre, about script analysis, but also about the skill of the actor. On week 3, we're going to learn about styles. There are 2 different styles in theater. So there is genre, but there is also style. What is realism and what is anti-realism or non-realism, and what is that is also known as theatricalism. And but also we're going to learn about the skill of the director. And then on week 4, let me correct that, we're going to also continue our understanding of theatricalism, and we're going to we're going to do the final project as well. And what are we going to read as plays? We're going to read 2 plays. One of them, we're going to read it. It's Joe Turner's Come and Gone, which is available in the Creative Spirit and also available on the Canvas page. A Raisin in the Sun, Joe Turner's Come and Gone is written by August Wilson, who's a playwright of color. A Raisin in the Sun is also written by a playwright of color, by Lorraine Hansberry. And here is the interesting thing, given the fact that we only have 4 weeks and given the fact that it's summer, I'm going to invite you to do this exercise when reading A Raisin in the Sun, and it will kind of be time efficient as well. So you're going to read while listening to the play, which will be helpful for you in a way or another in terms of time management. And then we're going to watch 2 plays. One of them is Gospel at Colonists on week 1, and Angels in America by Tony Kushner. So the syllabus is downloaded on Canvas page. You can find it in the announcement. And the modules, like where to find the information, I'm going to show you at the end of the slides. So every week is equal to one module. The module contains the readings that need to be made, links to videos. It also contains the tasks, all sorts of assignments which are divided. We're going to talk about this in the coming slide, but also discussions and projects. If you see here, I don't know if it's clear enough, but you will have a kind of a clear understanding of that. We have 4 types of low key, medium key assignments, as mentioned in the syllabus. The assignments are designed in a way to be low key challenging or medium key challenging. We have tasks. Every week we have 1 or 2 tasks. The tasks are graded either 20 or 30 points, and sometimes 60 points, depending on the task offered. We have quizzes every week. We have 3 weeks. We have 3 quizzes, 20 points each, and then we have discussions. Also, depending on the discussion and the prompt of the discussion, discussions are normally suggested after watching specific videos or reading plays, and the discussions have prompts to draw the students' attention to specific topics, but also when you deliver your response as a student, you need to interact with your colleagues. So this is also one of the functions of the discussion. I have to say also the quiz is a quiz that has multiple choice questions. It has true or false and sometimes open-ended question, but normally they are intended, they are kind of suggested after you make the reading directly. And then you have the TRA, which is text research and analysis. We only have one this semester, I think. It's 1 or 2 throughout those whole 4 weeks. And TRA is a written-based assignment centered around research and analysis relating to the play or text read or examined. So sometimes you read the scene and you make like the analysis, or you do the assignment of given circumstances and so on and so forth, which we will be discovering, I think, on week 2. The task, let me just say one thing about the task before I move to the next slide. The task is an activity-based exercise and experience, like going and making observations of people as you are walking, or trying to do exercises and acting. And these are often recognized as embodied exercises, but also they may include a lot of watching videos, sometimes writing. It's kind of a task is a specific way of doing things that is not like the written assignment as you are normally used to, whether in college or in high school. In addition to that, we have a final project that you need to complete on week 4. It's 120 points worth. So after learning about the roles of the actor and director, you will choose to work on a scene of the plays you have read and undertake one of these roles. So you will choose to perform that scene or direct it. And so here is how the course, like let me put it this way, the weekly deliverables or the week's deliverables, depending on the weekly topic address, you are supposed to complete 2 to 5 deliverables. When I say deliverable, I mean the 4 types of assignment I talked about, like task, a discussion, quiz, and TRAs. And the final project. They are divided as follows. On week one, you have one task that's worth 20 points. You have a quiz that's worth 20 points, and then you have a discussion that worth 30 points. The week two, you can see them. Quiz 1, 10 points, CRA 30 points, task 1, and you have an optional extra credit that is offered, and it's worth 8 points. And then week 3, you have a quiz, a task, like 2 tasks, and on week 4, you have the final project. As I said, everything is designed in a way to be kind of challenging in a way that's not very time demanding and yet entertaining. What I'm trying to do is to kind of allow that space for you to enjoy your summer while kind of igniting further the skill of critical thinking by diversifying the mediums and tools. This is why you read a little bit, you watch a little bit, you listen to some elements, and everything is designed in a way to be less time consuming than what is offered during the fall or the spring. So I decided to add some frequently asked questions here. So you can just, if you have any questions, you can find what you need in this slide. So is there a deadline to submit my weekly assignment? Here's what I wrote. Weekly assignments must be submitted by the end of every week. Monday. You cannot move ahead with the new week module unless you submit all the assignments of the previous week. So let's say we're on week 1. You need to finish week 1 in order to move on to week number 2. There is a tolerance period for 1 week for each module's deliverable, but that would mean that the week after you need to be on top of your game and finish 2 weeks requirements in one. Also, I have added, just for the sake of time management, like task 1 is due on the 28th of May. That doesn't mean that if you don't submit it on the 28th of May, you will not have the time to submit it on the 29th. You will still be able to submit it on the 29th, but here's my big advice to you. Try as much as you can to commit by delivering what you need to deliver on the assigned due dates, knowing that you will still be able to complete them if you did not submit them, just because we only have 4 weeks. Where do I find documents to read in case the modules have a problem? So all the documents are basically available in the module. We're going to kind of explore all of this when I finish my slides, and we'll go together to the Canvas page. So everything is in the module, but just in case you had a problem, if some documents were inaccessible or locked for any given reason, you can find them in the Files page. So like on the left of the Canvas page, you go to the Files page, and there are specific orders, there are specific folders for the play, specific folders for the slides, and specific folders for the modules, and Stephanie Arnold's textbook. How is attendance counted? Since this is an asynchronous class, attendance is counted through the assignments and projects accomplished. So the discussions you make and the level of interaction you have with your fellow students can be counted as that. Although attendance is not graded in this class, it may be helpful for many students for their financial aid. So I'm going to count that as attendance. And let me just share with you this video. Actually, I will leave it for the final milestone of week number 1. So I'm going to end this slide with an invitation to think of these questions. What is theater for you, and what is performance? You do not need to answer right now because it's asynchronous. You just need to think about those 2 questions as you are doing your daily chores before stepping into the next reading or milestone. And I'll be seeing you in the coming videos. Videos are not regular in a sense. Everything you can find it in the modules unless there is intervention from my end. I'm also available by sending me a message through the Canvas page. And I will right now move into the a Canvas page so we can have an idea about where to find everything. All right. So let me share my screen again. So if you go to the home page, you will find week 1, you will find milestone number 1, read chapter 1. You can download this, task number 1, milestone number 3, so on and so forth. Week number 2, given the fact that, let me just do, given the fact that week 2 won't be available before May 31st or May 30th. You will not be able to see that, but everything is in here. You can see here, theater crash course, theatricalism, read Raisin in the Sun, the video lectures, so on and so forth. Now, where to find the files? Here is where you will find the files. This is where you can find the plays, Raisin in the Sun. The Seven Deadly Sins is not offered this semester. You have the actors' resources, the directors' resources, also module number 1, week number 1, module material, week number 2, week number 3, and week number 4. Here you can find the assignments, but you can access everything in the modules. Now, where to go? Like, it's either you access the home page or for the modules, or go to modules here. All right. And this is the final project. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. And I look forward to exploring your work and knowing more about you in the coming sessions. Have a great day.